This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, good evening. Now, last class we discussed about what is the web service, what is the HTTP request, what is the HTTP methods. Okay, like as how when you make a request to the server, how the server will be respond. If a server is not respond, what is the errors we are getting? The pages what we are requesting, the pages are not found. Okay, found not pages. Okay, for bad requests, those kind of errors we are going to see in the browsers, right? What does mean here? Those things we discussed. And another thing we discussed about, like as we had take the one Apache log, web server logs, real-time logs, and then we do some operation on the using the cat command, grep command, awk command, okay, like as sort command, unique command, and then like word count command. These commands we used and we make it exact output and how many times that IP is came to the request, okay, how many get calls is it received, how many post calls are received. Those we are going to be discussed in the last class. And today we are going to discuss couple of important commands, like as what the day-to-day we are going to discuss. One is for, let's say, service command, service or systemctl. Okay, both are same purpose we are going to use. Service, like if you go for any Ubuntu and all, we are going to use the systemctl. If you go for Ubuntu and all, that like CentOS and all, this service command we are going to use for the CentOS RHL, those kind of scenario. And the systemctl is that basically both are same purpose. Okay, and even though if you make a call to service command, even systems, it will background, it will reach the systemctl command only. Okay, it's internally it will reach it redirect to the systemctl command only. If basically if you go for Ubuntu or something, just we do this basically. This U is not typing. Fine. This is systemctl will be when you make a service command, and then it will go and touch the systemctl only. That we are going to see this. What is the purpose of this means? Now, for example, let's say you install some software. You install some software. You install some software, and we need like a, let's say software means Nginx, Apache, Jenkins, or whatever the software you install as a service. As a service. As a service, not zip files. Okay, not zip files and path we are going to set, right? Not like that. As a service, we are as a service means yum install, apt install. That how we are going to install that will be run as a service, like as apt install, like we are seeing that, right? apt install, install. Git is, there is no service. Git is a software. Okay, there is no like a status. Are going to see that. Now Apache Tomcat, this is web servers. Okay, Tomcat, or maybe let's say Jenkins, or maybe Grafana, or maybe Elasticsearch. Okay, those kind of softwares, whatever we are going to use in the further, the Docker, okay, and then Kubernetes, like what are we are going to use, Ansible, whatever we are going to set up. That Ansible also is not a service, it's a only zip file. Okay, there is no any background is running on that. That we are going to see like as any software we install. After that install software, that we are going to see that status of the service, like as service is running or not, it stopped or not, you want to restart or not. That we are going to use this service command and systemctl commands. Both are same purpose we are going to use, but there is a different to use. How we are going to use? When you are going to use the systemctl, now we are going to status will come first, then we are going to use the software name will come. Like for example, let's say Nginx. For example, Nginx is a one like as web server to deploy our static pages. Web server, Apache, Jenkins, something like me. Let's say good name take. Okay, Jenkins. Now what happened? It will check no that is running or not, stopped or not. Like as information will get to know. For example, if we stop, then how we are going to start? Here, right? The status place. We are going to put the start. You want to like as you want to restart, like as something you modify some configuration file something, and you want to restart the software. Then what we do? We need to use the restart. And if you want to stop, we can use the stop. Okay, those kind of commands we are going to be used here. If you go for service here, how look like the service command? Service, and the next, let's say this software will come first here, Jenkins, and then status. Okay, don't confuse here. Even still till now I'm going to more time I'm confusing here which one I need to post here, like this. Like see, the service will come to the at the end, and the systemctl, the status will come first, and then software will come later. Okay, these two commands, the both we are going to use the purpose the same. Both the purpose are going to be same. Now what we do today? Let's install one software. Like as
sorry, one question. So the systemctl, can you use that for CentOS as well, or just Ubuntu?
Yeah, that's what this is. CentOS we are going to use, and this is basically by default systemctl software will come. This is our package. Okay, that we are going to do directly here. Okay, if it is, for example, let's say systemctl, even the service is not available, just try systemctl. The systemctl command is not available, just try the service command. Okay, we'll see that. We'll see that.
It seems like systemctl was working for me in the Red Hat, so that's why I asked, because I thought maybe it was a different distribution, not distribution, sorry, version, because I'm using Rel 8, so
yeah, maybe the latest version they may have the both also, like Red Hat and CentOS also. Okay, this is for basically CentOS where we use the service. Okay, or CentOS or AML or whatever we are going to use. If I go for any Ubuntu software, then we use the basically systemctl. Okay, we'll see that. I'll show this. This command is not found. It will show that. Then we'll go for service, or if it is available, then we can use systemctl. See, what I'm meaning is this will be like as even if you run the service command, it will go and it will reach the systemctl only. Okay, systemctl only it will be reach that. How and all, I'll show you that. Okay, how it will be linked up with this? There is a software like a soft link and hard link that we are going to discuss in the next classes. Okay, there is a important concept is called as soft link and hard link. Even interview question also very important, that we are going to discuss that next classes. Okay, how it will be communicated that. Is it clear? That let's do this, and then we are going to discuss about a couple of commands like let's say netstat command to how to check the ports are listening or not. And the next we are going to see the curl command. Okay, and we are going to see that ping command. Okay, and we can see that those kind of we are going to discuss that. Okay, and wget command, those we are going to see today. Okay, and the next we'll see that if it is finished, then we'll go for the some other commands also. This is very important for in our life, actually in our entire DevOps course and entire your life wherever you are working. This is very important in Linux applies actually. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's set up this. Let's log in our system, then we'll going to install some software, that any software we are going to do, and let's see that. Okay, this is for AML NX, which we have taken the mission. This is the AML NX. Now let's see. Let's install some software. Like if you want to install any software, then what we are going to do? We are going to use the, like as if you are CentOS, we are going to use the M. If it is Ubuntu, we are going to use the apt or apt-get. Apt-get is the old version we are going to use. Apt is the latest version we are going to be used now. Now let's say, for example, let's say I'm going to use for the M install. Okay, and let's say Nginx something. Nginx I'm going to install now today. Now let's see. Now I'll show this how when we are going to use the sudo in front of the M also. How and now let's see this today. Guys, today I may experience like some network issue. Okay, now maybe this here is the full rain is happening. Why it's not connecting still? What's that? Connection timeout. Some network issue maybe. That's the reason I'm unable to connect this. Okay, let's what I do. Let me refresh this page. Maybe it stopped or not something. Let's check this. Okay. Some network is connected. It's fine. Now we are connected. Now let's see. Let's install this. Like for example, there is a one more important command. Like as for example, they given one aim like as Linux mission. You don't know like as which flavor it is. Okay, like as it has the Ubuntu, it has the CentOS, Okay, those kind of things you don't know like as what exactly that is. How we are going to check? There is a command called as uname. Okay, uname. You can get to know like as here is the that flavor it is. Uname -a. You can give the like as complete like as how many bit it is, what is the exactly meaning, what is this domain name, like as everything you will get know like as host name, what it is, everything you will get know like as which kind of bit it is, 64 bit or something. Everything you will get to know this here. Okay, that's entire information about your mission you will get to know like using the uname -a. Remember, this is also very very important command for us. Okay, I guess for example, let's say you are trying to install apt. That apt is not going to work. What is the reason? That is you are receiving, because they, if your team near to you, then they will let you know like as what mission it is. Don't ask like as which kind of flavor it is. If you are familiar with this like as how to check and all, just they will give the IP address, their username, something. Once you are there, you log in the mission, just check the uname -a, then you will get know like as ubuntu flavor or linux flavor or those kind of things, and based on that we are going to be install the packages. Okay, like as different way of install the different packages for this softwares. Okay, we are using for AML Linux and ubuntu parallel in the entire our course basically. Okay, I'll show you that ubuntu mission also. Right, then next what we do, install, like install the nginx. Nginx the one web server, sorry. Okay, that we are going to use. Now what happened, it's showing the error, like what is it will come out, we need a root permission to perform this command. If you see this message anytime, what has been here, this user don't have executing the directly for installation or anything. Now what happened, this user have the sudo permissions. Now we are going to use the sudo. Okay, if you are in the this ec2 user in the sudo's file. Okay, what is the sudo's file, that we are going to discuss next. Okay, that will come. Now sudo's file we are going to add this. Now by default it will come, then this sudo permission, if you give the sudo, then we can get. For example, this user not available in the sudo's file. Where is the sudo's file? There is a file called as a vi sudo. Like there we have the all the users and all permissions, everything are we are keep it that. Okay, now by default this user having the sudo permissions, that's the reason is enabled to. Like for example, you don't have permission, then you are using sudo, it will ask a password. What's your password? Okay, then enter it. Now what happened, this nginx is not available packages for this AML Linux. Now what happened, they given the different kind of like here linux extras. Okay, sudo ami linux extras install. These are different, like in the AMI Linux they given the this way. Okay, now they given the package name is that AMI Linux topic is that nginx 1.2 or nginx 1. There is a two flavors they given the version. Okay, now we are going to use this command, even they given this here. Okay, you can use this. Okay, now nginx 1 I'm installing. What is meaning this server is the, it's simple one web static page. For example, if you want to install your static pages on this, we can go and we can install this actually. Okay, while installing we can give the -y, you won't ask the this yes or no. Okay, so what does mean here, what I'm saying, we can use -y, you will get a -y means you will get a your, it won't ask the yes or no while installing. Now once it is done, then next what we do, you need to check that is working or not. Then what we do, we can check with the service command, and the next what we do, nginx status, just try this. Now what I'm saying, this is showing that it's loaded but it's not a inactive state. It is not a inactive state. Then what we are going to do, let's start this. I'm going to using the command called as a start. I'm going to start this nginx now. Now what happened here, this systemctl nginx service is default. Okay, now what happened, I unable to down like as create like as start this. Now let's what I do, what is saying that the system logs systemctl the nginx are failed details here. You need to check for the logs. You can see that you need to check this here, you will get a more details here basically, and it's saying that redirecting to basically when you use the service command also, where it will go by default, it will go for the systemctl only. Okay, systemctl only it will go this. See here, when you execute this command also, by default internally it is executing the this command only. Okay, now let's say sudo service nginx stop. Now it's, we are going to use the sudo permissions. Let's see here, I use for the, because of I don't have permission to run this. Now it will be got the fail because of like as this name is polyk was not provided by the service files. Okay, that's the reason. Sudo I executed. Let's see here, it's working or not. Now it's running now. Just what happened, we don't have permission to run that basically. Okay, to start or stop, you don't have permission. Then what I done, I use the sudo, then I'm able to run. Now it's earlier is a dead state, now it's running. Then what does mean here it's running means, no, you want to restart or anything, just you can use the here. Even if you see this, when you use this command, what is happening internally, it will go for, it will hit the systemctl command only. All libraries are available in where, in the bin, like as all software is available in the under the root path bin, and then slash systemctl service, all things available in the libraries in the system. That's the reason. If you remove rm like as rm minus rf, the root means the all system libraries will be deleted. Okay, be careful. That's what we discussed yesterday. Okay, now see here, it is available here. Now it will go back in this system only. Now it will be running our service. Now let's check for, you want to restart or anything, stop. Then how we are going to use, just use the stop command. Now I'm able to stop. Now you want to check the status again, just check the status again. Now it was in the inactive state, and you want to start, just use the start. Now our service is going to be start. You want to check the status again, check the status. Now again came back here and see active and running should be there, or else our application would be active and running. If for example sometimes we are going to face like issue active and existed means there is a couple of scenarios. Maybe your system don't have a space to run, you don't have a like as memory, and you don't have a java heap space, and you don't have like as something you want to demand reload, some kind of issues we are facing in the real time. Okay, those kind of things, what you do, we need to restart the, you reboot the mission, or demand reload, you need to be execute the command, and then you need to restart your services. Couple of things we need to be take care of the further based on like, if you install the mongodb, redis, and those kind of softwares, they have the issue. Actually the postgresql, there is a one kind of database. This is I'm facing a lot of time in real time scenario. When I run and when I install the postgres database, the postgres database is having the active state but still in the existing state. Okay, now what, that kind of scenario I use for the daemon reload command, then that will be reload the entire system. Then I'm going to run our service like again, same service like as here. I'm using the ubuntu, then I'm going to systemctl basically again. Now sir, this service, right now, is it systemctl work or not? Now let's see here, sudo systemctl. Now status like as nginx, you execute the nginx.1. Then why you are going to nginx means that is a service name. By default it will come to the service name is a nginx.1 only. That is a library like as a nginx1 they are given. This is specifically they given the AMI Linux only. This is only AMI Linux. This way of installation only for AMI Linux. If you go for any like as ubuntu or anything missions, we'll do that also. That missions in the further upcoming classes in anyway. But understand that this is where we are going to start the install the software. This is where we are going to be access this. And how we are going to execute this here? Just check this. Even systemctl also is work this basically. Okay, in the AML Linux systemctl also will work. For example, systemctl is not working, just try with service. Service is not there. Systemctl you can check. Basically, if you use the service, by default internally is using the systemctl command only. Okay, anything, both are same. Both are same. Even from here also we can operate here. We can stop or start. We can do the same thing. You can stop this. This is very important. Okay, and check the status again. It will be inactive state. Okay, and if you want, you can start it here. And if you want to check the status, check the status. Okay, fine. What this software will do? Okay, basically this software is the just static pages which we deploy, and this see here. Now let's go for what happened. This will be running on the some port. Okay, what is the port is running? This nginx httpd. Okay, nginx software, httpd software. Okay, both are running on the port number is the 80. The port is that port is what? There is the one port. That port is assigning for this is a 80. Okay, the port is assigning for the 80. Now even if you go for any Windows system and all, the IA, yeah,
Yeah, I was asking if we have a way to check what port is running on.
that's what only this command will help us. Okay, the netstat command will help us for the what is the port is listening or not. That we are going to do that now. Okay, now let's see this port is listening or not. We can use for the netstat. Okay, netstat, and the next there is a couple of commands are there. Okay, netstat help you can take. and you can check for the what exactly to be checked. Okay, R is the root, it's showing the interface, interface group statistics, and verbose, wide, numeric, and the symbol extended. Okay, and see this listening. It's will give you the what is the ports are listening. Basically, I need to be go for this actually. Okay, now see netstat -l. You can see this all listening ports. We can get to know this. All listening ports we are going to be get this now. Entire system, what are the ports are running, everything we can see this. From here, there is a our port is 80 somewhere should be there. If you guys want to check, you can check this.
So from here, can you just grep for a specific service?
That, that is what we are going to do the now. Okay, just grab with this 80, then we'll get to know this where our port is running. Now see here netstat -nl. N is that is going to give us like as network. Okay, network is going to be run or not. This is for this will only give these service names, and if the network you want to see that n option, we are going to use that. Now see here, this is the port we are going to be listening here, 80 port. Okay, it is a listening. Clear? For example, let's say there is a one scenario. For example, one service you already running. That is, for example, I tried to install HTTP now. That like as Nginx is already occupied the 80 port, and you are trying to install the HTTP software, then what happened? It won't run because of the port is already bind here. One service is binding. Then sir, I want to install the both means you can't. Or else you need to change the port by default port, or else you need to be install the software in the some other server. That's what. Okay. Like maximum, you don't need to do things are at the same mission. Basically, you can use any one of this. Okay.
Sorry,
Is it clear now?
Yeah, no, but it doesn't tell us exactly what service is running on that port, right? I mean, assuming that, you didn't know it was 80. How would you be able to find out what port Nginx is running on? Like, let's say you did not know it was 80, because now you
No.
just grep. Yep.
If you go for any software, if you want installing some software, okay, that's there is a documentation. The any software we have a documentation. Now for example, Nginx setup something, I'll go to do the some documentation. If you go for any documentation here, you will get to know like what exactly the ports is listening, what is the default port it is, what is the how we are going to start this software, how we are going to check the ports, or everything we are going to give the documentation for this. Okay, any software like even Jenkins or Docker or maybe whatever we softwares we are going to use, everything we get to know like this. Okay, someone should tell you, or else you should get to know somewhere in the system. Okay, or else but you can't expect something, this is a port for this thing, right? This is the way we are going to get to know.
Well, what I'm saying is, I mean, okay, so every service when it runs, and correct me if I'm wrong, it has a process, right? It runs as a process, and there's some kind of process ID, right? So my question is, using that process ID, let's say we installed Docker or whatever, Nginx, that's fine, and we use the top command or process command, and we
PS
found out,
command where
yeah, PS command, sorry. And we found out the process number. Can we, using that process number, find the port which is running?
yeah, you can get to like as even that also we can check for the ports also, the process ID also. Okay, basically you can get to like as that process ID also will showing. If you grab like here command, the process ID also will be show up here. Okay, you want to see like as here, you want to get the process ID also, the option, some option will get this which program is running. This program will give the display the PID and program name socket. Is it clear now?
Yes, okay.
Fine. Now what we do, this application we deploy, then how we can access. Okay, basically if you install any software in AWS, what happened, there is a firewall. Okay, there is a setup for the firewall. That firewall we need to open that. Now what happened, this 80 is a port that by default port is not be allowed. Then how we are going to be make it here, then we need to allow this firewall. Then go for here, take it out here. This is for security group. Again, I'm going to show you if you guys are not seeing. Now this go for that particular mission, then go for, there is an option called as security groups here. There is a which security group we created. By default is a launch wizard, something will come. If you make it your own name, that name we are going to click it here. Okay, now we can see here there is a couple of things are there. By default, inbound rows all will be blocked, outbound rows all will be open by default. Okay, all will be open, but inbound rows is all is blocked, and we are able to take, when we are creating an instance, we are open the sh2 like as sh command, because we need to like as connect this mission. And the next we need to edit this, and the next add the rule here. Okay, then we can use the tcp or http like as anything. This is by default port is like as 80 and custom. And then next, this is all like as anyone can access this using this port. Okay, like as someone will be public ip with this 80, then that guys, everyone in the publicly in this entire world can access this my application. Okay, now for example, you want to make a restrict for only this ip can only access, only this load balance only access, only this security group only need to access, that we can give the here. This is we are calling is a CIDR. That is entire, we have the one session for the AWS class level that we are going to discuss this completely. There is, okay, what is IP range here, we're going to, what is the subnet range, what is the meaning of CIDR, okay, all those stuff. Okay, you want, if you want to make it a description on this, just we can describe like as what is this. This is for the HTTP Nginx for something.
Sorry, I have another question. I mean, could you use firewall CMD as well to manage, or it has to
That
be from
basically
AWS?
listen, the firewall D and those kind of stuff we do in the normal like as on-premises missions. Okay, clear? That's for only on-premises. If you want to make it for in the public like as here in the AWS level, we are going to make in the security groups, and the subnet level there is a NACL that we are going to discuss in the AWS level. Okay,
Okay.
clear. That's done. We open the 80 port. Okay, nice, anyone can access now. Then go for instance, then go for here, take this, and then go for the browser, click this, copy this your public DNS or IP, anything, then go for 80. Now this is the software we install this actually. Okay, this is the page you can, if you want to make it your own stuff, HTML page or anything, we can set up for your own like as is located on the this HTML page, right? User share Nginx something. Now we can make it your own index.html on this page, and the next what happened like as you can get the your own index.html page. Okay? In this part, this is the default index.html page under the this Linux is located in the this here. If you don't want to this page, you want to make it your own page, then what you do, we are going to give the our index.html page. We'll get that page. As of now, that we'll do the next classes like as when you go for the Docker and all, that time we are going to be overwrite this page. Instead of this page, I want to make it my own page. You will get that your page. Okay. Now basically this is you given the public IP. In the real time, what happened now? They won't expose this public DNS and all. What they do, they are going to set up the domain name. Like for example, we are accessing the www.facebook.com means the facebook.com will reach to the sum of any kind of load balance or something. That kind of this URLs they have. Now they won't expose that. They will expose the public DNS name. The DNS if you hit, it will go. It will hit that URL. That URL will hit the application. That application will give the response basically. Okay, that is the entire architecture of that we are going to discuss in the further. Is it clear, guys? Now just try, if you guys want to click your own name, just go for here. Now let's go for like as CD, and then go for this path. Okay, then next what happened here, index.html page is there, right? Now open this. This is for by default pages they given. Now what happened, instead of this, you want to make it your own like as name. Now $1 means what happened, this entire everything will be clean automatically. The shortcut is that $1 means this entire data will be removed from the VA editor. Okay, $1 shortcut. Okay, this is the read-only permission showing that we can't edit this file. If you want to edit this file, then what we do, we need to use the sudo command in front of this. Now we can enable to 1 comma $d. Now tailing characteristics. Okay, it's deleted. Now what happen if you want, you can make it your own data here. Now let's say insert line. Now let's say HTML page something, your own HTML page something. Now h1. Okay, don't think this is just I make it for our own website here. Okay. After changing something configuration, what you do, you need to restart your Nginx basically. Okay, right? Just restart it. Okay, then next what happened? Just refresh this one. Now we got our own page. Instead of that page, we got our own page here. Is it clear? Because we deploy our own page actually. Instead of that default page index.html page, we make it our own page here. Okay, this is the static pages or any in real time like as HTML pages you want to deploy in your applications. What they do, they are going to use the Nginx or HTTP. They are going to deploy the in like a CSS, HTML script, and those things they are going to be installed and they are going to be deployed like this. Is it clear, guys?
Yep, it is.
Yep, mother.
Others?
Yes,
About
mother.
others? Clear, right? Fine, guys.
Yeah.
Now what they do, as of now, we are check for the service command, systemctl command, and then netchat command, right? Now what happen if you want to see, like for example, sir, I don't have a browser. I want to see in that output in the like here itself. Then what we do, just do the curl here. This curl command we are going to use many places. Okay. For example, let's say you want to do any REST operation like as put, like as HTTP operation, put, post, delete. Okay, or download anything. Those kind of scenario we are going to use this curl command. Okay, you can use the curl, and the next let's say what URL it is the right. We can get it here. This. Okay, let's say h0. Let's click this. Now you got this page now here. This is the actual the HTML page. The code will come like it won't show the browser level. Whatever we did, that is the output will be print like this. Okay, that is the curl we can do. Even curl we can use for downloading some softwares also. Okay, like as what are the like as you have any software you want to download, then you can use the curl, and even we can use the wget also. Okay, like we can use the wget. Just sample, I'm going to download something. Sample var download something. I'm going to download some software here, some var file or zip file or any software you are going to download. Okay, go for there and take that URL, copy that URL. How we are going to download the software in our Linux machine. This is very, very important for us. Just if you click here, it will download in the my Windows system. Just click here, it will download into my Windows system. See here, this var file download to my Windows system, but I want in the Linux machine, right? Like right click and copy the link address, then go for your Linux machine. Then what we do, we can use the wget or curl, anything we can use this. Basically 99% I'm going to go for the wget. Simply I'm going to enter it here. Now it will download it. It will show the permission denied. Then what happened? Control A is the sudo here. Now it's downloaded. If you want, you can see the sample var file is downloaded into my system. That is what wget we are going to use the even let's you want sir, I want to use the curl command. Then what I need to do? Just use the curl. Then if you use the curl, then we need to give the output also where you need to be output. If you give the -o small o means -o means like what are the name it has, that will be saved as the name in the current path. Okay. Now it will download the curl and you can see this. You can use the curl also. Okay. Now it will download for curl. Same name, right? It will keep it this. For example, you want to make it this output in the different folder, different name. Okay. Now how we are going to use? You can use like -bo like as sample1.var something. Keep it this here. Okay, the output will store into the this var file. Whatever it will download it, you want to keep it the different folder, different name and all. We can give the small o and capital O purpose of this. Using curl or wget only for download. Curl for anything like as you can use for get. You can like as curl we done the curl that URL. That means get operation. you want to post operation, delete operation, that we're going the further, like as when you do for some repositories, there is some REST API they have, you want to make a hit the REST API. Okay, REST API means that is a web service we discussed yesterday, right? That is a web service. For example, let's say like as you install some repository, there is a REST API they exposed, the API you want to use, then we can use the this curl command, get method, post method, or those kind of things we are going to use, and we are going to be hit that link that will be deleted something data, like as download some data, updating some data, it happening through the these commands. Keep in mind, this is very, very important commands in our real-time scenarios. Is it clear, guys? Curl, wget, netstat, and then systemctl service. This is a very, very important things for us. Guys, clear now?
Yep, that's clear.
Guys, what about others? And guys, let's play for something about cd command, okay? Today, okay? Like this is where, because it's a very, very helpful for us in our lifetime, okay? It see, for example, cd means it will go for the our wherever you are in the system. If you run the cd, like basically where I am this in the user share something path we are in the cd means it will come to the home path. And the next, if you do the cd till and only cd, both are same. Cd till symbol, home dim, this till symbol or home, like we can say, it will go to the same command. If you do the cd slash, it will go to the root path, okay? And if you come to the cd, it will come to the back to the home. And for example, let's say you want to go for a particular path. Let's say what do we have now? Okay, this is Madhu, right? Cd Madhu, I'll go for this path. Cd Madhu, I'll go for this path. Do you have any folder? No, right? Let me create another folder. DevOps, something I created. Now I'm going to go for inside DevOps. Now, for example, I want to create a folder, inside folder at a time. Okay, this option I'm going to show. -p. Okay, -p means like as folder inside folder you want to create. DevOps 9 p.m. Then let's say June something. I given this like. Now what happened? See here, it will create a 9 p.m. folder first. Then it will create inside this 9 p.m. Then again they folder create the June folder. Okay, like as even the 5 folder inside folder, like as multiple folders we can create using the -p. Okay, mkdir -p means that is option we are going to use. There's a number of options are there based on our usage. We will go this. Now see here, there is no any file here. Let me create some sample file. Like I'm going to show you something. I'm going to print something, some data. Okay, echo Madhu. This data I want to push to the file. You can use the this greater than, like as this greater than symbol, and it will go for the this data to some file like as sample.txt. It is not required to one line or something output. Any output, your command giving some output, that output you want to store in a file, we are going to use the this symbol. Okay, greater than symbol we are going to use. It will be gone, it will keep it this. See here, and ls here, and this file will created cat sample.txt file. You can see the data, what data will be happening. Now I'm going to return some other data. Okay, now see here what happening. Instead I'm going to give the DevOps. Now what happening, we had a Madhu earlier data. Now I'm going to use the again greater than symbol. Then I'm going to keep it this data into this file. Okay, now what happening here? Now let's see the file data, cat sample.txt data. What happening here? Instead of Madhu, the data will be override and it keep it into DevOps. Okay, this is not a way correct, right? For example, let's say you have written some data log file. Okay, now that data is written that one thing, then after executing this, the new data will come. This, it's everything is overriding. Now what happened, you want to keep it the old data and new data both. Then what you do, there we are going to use the appending symbol. Appending symbol means just we are keep it the double here. Okay, it's very, very important, guys. Okay, then next, let's say something, I'm going to give the Bangalore. Okay, now let's see here. Now cat sample.txt, we got a DevOps and Bangalore. Now if you any data you want to appending, the data will be go for the next line appending here. Okay, something like, okay, now it will go for that data will be appending here. Okay, clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, now because I keep it the file because of some reason purpose, let it keep it this data. We have the file here, right? Now we create. Now you want to go for where we are in the system, you want to check this pwd. Okay, now in this path we are in the present, at present we are in this path. You want to go one step back. What we do? We need to do the cd dot dot. What happened? We are in the 9 p.m. now. If we type this, I'll go for one step back. Then I'll do the one more dot dot. What happened? It will go for the one more step back. Now, for example, let's say again go for 9 p.m. June. I am in this path. I need to go for 2 steps at a time. CD that folder. Inside that folder, I'll go for this point. Now, where we are in this now? This path. Now, you want to go for 3 steps back at a time. Then what you do? We can use for that like as command called as what? CD dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot slash. Now, what happened? 3 steps back I need to go for. Okay, now we're in the Madhu path. Means this is the one dot dot. It will go back. One more dot dot back. One more DevOps dot dot means 3 step back. The parent directory we are in this is now we are in the this directory. Okay, Madhu directory. Now what happened? This what are the files are there? We can go for this. This is very important. Like as wherever you are in the system, you want to come back to the 2 step back or 2 step forward, 2 step backward. Whatever you are going to use the CD dot dot and CD and CD and now. For example, let's say I am in the previously this one. Like as whatever the I came out one command, right? Again I need to go back again. I don't need to go there. Then I need to use the cd hyphen. Then what happened? Whatever the previous command I executed, wherever I am there, I'll go that path. See here, cd hyphen means it will go for wherever we are in the previously we are in that place will go directly. Previously means I am before this execution command. I am in this path, right? That will go for directly that path. Cd hyphen means the previous state. What wherever we are in this before this command. Now that path will go this here. CD space hyphen. Clear, guys? This is CD dot dot. This is very important for in our real scenarios. Like as you want to go very fast to the one place to another place, blah blah things. For example, you are in this place, okay? Now then we go for the home, like as some other place. You want to go for the some other place. Just CD date means it will go for this place. For example, let's say CD hyphen I in this. Okay. Now, for example, you want to create a directory in the where here, like as you can no home usage are not required. Just create this here home like this here. Okay. Let it be. This still symbol means home. Like for example, let's keep it here. You want to create like this mkdir in this path. Like one more thing I'm going to create for this some Linux, something I want to create folder. Now where this folder is created under the here Madhu and the same down is there, right? Now it will go for this. Now you want to go that path. What you do? Just click this. Just go for this and see here we are in this path now. Madhu on Linux. Okay. Now CD Linux you can go for this, or else you can go for directly in the earlier we are going to write this Linux also we can go for this. Now present directory is this path. Okay. Wherever in the system you want to go that particular directly, just use the path of that directory. We can go directly from that path actually. We don't need to come back and like anything here. Clear, guys? Okay, it's very important for us. And what confusing, Chiru? If you practice, then it will go okay. Nothing confusing. Nothing. You can watch the one video 2 times, 3 times, then you will get clear with this. Fine. The simple things, okay. Now it will be very less actually. Further going, we had lot of stuff, okay. Be thoroughly to practice. Then next, let's one more thing. It's very big concept. Then again, I'll go for. Now let's go for this file. Okay. Let's open this documentation. Like is the Linux one. How we can practice, I'll show you. Like, yes. I guess any commands you want to execute, then go for here. Just do this. And then this is like as this is very important. The man page we already discussed info, and then this thing for the helping commands. Okay, like as what does mean here? If you don't like a definition between the what are the command definition, you don't know what is cd, Just if you do, it will give the like as cd means this is it will be change directory. Okay, change working directory. This is a cd command. Now for example, what is copy? It will give the sorry, not copyright. This is cp. It will give the copy the files, copy the directories. This is give the like as meaning of that command. Okay, now let's say any command, whatever the command you want to do, that command. Okay, that command definition will give this. Okay, print the network connections, routing tables, interface statistics, blah blah blah. Okay, that if you go for what is, that is meaning of that what is command will give this. Okay, now info cp, like whatever it may be, it will give this. For example, it is cd ls cp rm mb mkdir rmd like as remove directory. Okay, that's file, like determine the file content. You want to open the file means you can use the cat less more, all these things. Like as these links we'll discuss. This is a very concept is very hard to understand also. Soft link, hard link, we'll discuss this one complete class for this. Okay, and locate means, for example, in your system you want to search something, like as whatever the png format you have the files, you want to search something, then you can go for locate and then search for the files, whatever the existing with the slash png dot png. Okay, this is a find and locate, both are purpose for searching the files in your system. The tar and tar means like as making your zip file or unzip. Okay, those we are going to use the this here. You want to make a zip or unzip. This is the tar, gzip, unzip. Those things are the softwares. bzip2. These are softwares we need to be downloaded and we need to be installed. This zipping, unzipping purpose. These are all. Okay, and this password, like as changing the password for your user, that is su username. That is for switching the username. And who am I means. Now this is the one more command. Who am I means like as which user I'm logging. This is a used user. Okay, which user will log in. And w means you can search for the how many users are logging in this system currently. Okay, like as for example in this mission there is a 20 users are there. You can see that w command, we can see that what exactly they are doing. Okay, what command they are executing and from when they log in, everything we get in this w command. Okay, that's one more thing important. Okay, like as this is the last means when we reboot the last time. Okay, those kind of we can get in that groups IDs, like what is a group ID belongs to users who w. Okay, who logged in, and these things we get it now. Okay, change owner, like as you want to change the owner, change the group, those we are going to use this here. Ch mode means that permissions. We'll discuss this file permission in the next class. Okay, ch mode command we'll discuss. Okay. ls command, this is a bash stuff will come. Echo mb maximum we'll discuss here. This alias means you don't want to make a big name for anything. If you do lf means, the lf means the meaning of this, you make it as like a shortcut name for this. Whenever you want to execute this command, we don't want to complete command, you need to execute, just execute this command means this command will be executed like this. Okay, alias names. Okay, whatever you want you can make it. Let's go for cut command. We have cut command. Yeah, see here. Okay, now for example there is a file like as pass, like as see here, all passwords or users are stored under the this path basically. Control A means like it will, control A means it will come to the starting line shortcut. Okay, and then go for cat this cat. Now these are the what are the users are there, what are the permissions are there, everything we have here. Okay, root user and bin folder, then all these things we have, all the users information about this, what the system user having here, this everything we have this. Okay, is easy to user, these are the users information kind of things in this system. And the next you want to this is the file output we got when you do the possibility ECT. This is one folder, this information having this file. Okay, like as this is the users, as Nginx is the one user, when you install that user will be created for this. Okay, all these kind of users kind of things, like say. Okay, this information. Now what happened, this you need to operation something about this information. Now what you've done, you can use the cut command, you can do this. Cut -d -f1 means like as d means the like as delimiter. Okay, to specify the column delimiter, and then fields like as fields delimiter, and then this is that is the characters delimiters, and then exactly we can what exactly you want to do, we can use for cut -d colon F1. Okay, now see here, you can use part-3 here. Now what happened, it will print the just first field, it will can only print the first field. Now remaining things won't be display here, only first field. Now only display the -d means it will be they direct with the dot. Dot means they divided with the dot. Now what are the first field is that field will be printing here. This is only these names. Okay, clear? Even you can use for like if you have the space or anything, just you can use the space something. You can use this now, like a space, based on the space and first field we are going to be get this, and like different example you can use this one. Okay, like for example, grep with this root, and this root user will come -d F7 means. Now what happened, let's see here, you can execute this command, only this root user information will give this, only one line output. Now see here, this root user having the two places, having this like as -d means. Now entire this output, if you grep with this root, there is a two lines will come. In these two lines there is a F7 word is that this is a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, this is a seventh one. Okay, this is a 7 output is printing for this array. Wherever the root is located, that root I want to filter it out, and the next I want to cut that line. This is a, like something cutting, like as whatever you don't want to, you want to print the exact one, the awk command we execute, right? Like you want to particular field you want to be execute those. No, yeah, that's fine. That's Sarika. Okay, that's commands will come anyway. Like what are the command? This is also one very important command, because for example, let's say you are joining newly, okay, and they execute some commands in the system. Now what happen? You want to take that entire commands they execute in the backup. Okay, let's say backup, and you want to for that purpose you want to use, and you want to learn something. I want to keep it backup. Those kind of things you can execute. History command. Now you will get the complete command, whatever we executed, the entire things will get it now here. What are the command we executed? Now for example, again you want to execute this command, we can give the number here. Now this number will give this 216 number. If I give, that number will be executed here. Something two number one not or something. Something like yes, if I use that 2116 means that will be executed now. Not 216 means that what are the command we executed, right? That command will be executed here. Okay, the history of that. Okay, but over searching that, instead of this you can type the command, is very easy. But why this history is helping for us mean, for example, you join newly and there is a couple of new commands they are executed. Okay, and those commands you want to take backup under anything, just use the history command, copy this entire commands, and what are the commands is useful, they take back, and we can keep it on documentation. The next time it's very easy for you. Okay, when they are doing some operation deployment or something, uninstallation, deployment, or installation or something, whenever you require the commands. Clear, guys? Clear? There's a couple of commands out there, just have a look here. Maximum things covered as of now, and there is a couple of commands we are going to be discussed further also. Okay, this sort grep we already discussed. Okay, and diff command, like you want to differentiate two files, you can use the diff command. Okay, so if you want to spell check, we can use this as spell. Okay, those kind of this. There's regular expressions, this stuff. Grep, egrep, we already discussed egrep as well, right? This set command we'll discuss. Okay, set command is very important for us in the real time. Okay, set command is the serializable editor. That is the one editor, let's say. It's not a command, it's the editor. Set is the editor. Guys, any question? Any concern? Guys, please practice, or else you will forget these commands. Okay, if you practice, then only you remember at least half of things at least. Guys, clear now?
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Yes.
Fine, guys. Okay, and see you on tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll discuss like file permissions and then the set command. Those we're going to see there. And the next class we'll discuss about like wget shortcuts. Okay, like that's very very important when you do that very fast execution and all. And then next we had discussed about sh keygen. Okay, that is very very important for us. Okay, how to connect with the passwordless authentication. Okay, that's very important for us, that we'll discuss. Okay, those things we'll do that also.
Okay. Okay.
Okay guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, good night.
Bye. Thank you.
Good night. Good night. Thank you.